Hi, everyone. All right, so we're talking about radical equations now. So obviously equations that have a square root somewhere. And the first step to this part of the unit is we're going to solve these things. Now, the key is if you see a square root sign, you need to do the opposite to undo the square root sign. So we're going to be raising a lot of this stuff to the second power. Now, sometimes you'll have the third root, fourth root, fifth root, something like that. But I'm going to keep it pretty simple and just have square roots around the clock here. So, for example, I'll do about 4 or 5 of these. First one here, 8 equals the square root of n divided by 7. I have to square both sides, which will leave me with 64 equals n divided by 7, multiplied by 7 on both sides. And I don't have a calculator next to me. 7 times 6 is 420, and 7 times 4 is 28. So 448 is your answer? Probably should have kept the calculator next to me. 64 times 7. Okay, so my answer is 448. Now, one of the things it's always going to say is remember to check for extraneous solutions. That really only happens a lot when we end up with a quadratic on one side. We'll get to that, but for now, just the introductory video for this is going to be easy. When I have something additional, whether it's an integer or a fraction, on the same side as the part that I want to square, remember you have to get rid of it. Okay? I cannot square both sides here because I'd be squaring this to get rid of that, but I can't square that. They're not exactly like, so I can't do that. So I'll have the square root of 25p equals 5. When I square both sides, I'll get 25p equals 25, and p equals 1. Okay, so you kind of get the idea here. Here again, I'm not going to square both sides yet because I have to add the 8 to both sides. Here, I don't want to square both sides yet, so I would actually divide by -7 on both sides to get 2. And then I would square both sides to get 4, right? So pretty simple there. Okay. Let's move on and see what else we got going on. I didn't leave, I promise. Pretty simple stuff, boys and girls. The first, again, the introductory video here is really and truly just solving equations. So we'll do 1 or 2 more and then we'll call it a day for this video. Add 5 to both sides. 3 is going to equal the square root of 3 minus 2n. Squaring both sides, get rid of that, right? So we have 9 equals 3 minus 2n, subtract 3 on both sides. 6 equals -2n, divide by -2 on both sides, and I get n equals -3. Now, clearly you want to put this back into the equation to make sure it works. It does.